Hi, and welcome to a moment of calm and togetherness. Today, we are addressing feelings of a type of sadness that isn't really pleasant, but it does have positive undertones, like feelings of positive change, or there's love as the undertone. Maybe we're going through some changes that we know is for the better, or even some loss. For example, for me, I just came back from some time with family, and it was a short vacation time. And after it finished, I suddenly found myself feeling sad, and there's a feeling of loss, and it's a feeling that I used to have more often as a kid. And so when I noticed that this kind of sadness is unpleasant, I noticed myself trying to block it and not to face it. And the result of that was, the times when you're not being true to how you're feeling, then I'm kind of just dragging my feet with everything else and blocking myself from it. So even though it's probably something that's, you wouldn't even call it suppressed. It probably kind of fades away in time. But if you do catch yourself noticing how you feel, I feel like that might be a good chance to really, really face it. So I decided to do a little bit of journaling about what's making me sad. And this is from a person. I do believe in journaling and writing, but I don't actually always do it a lot. I kind of use it more intentionally when I notice I need to do a brain dump or process something. So to address this feeling, I try to write down what I'm feeling. Okay, sadness, loss, and then what am I sad about? What kind of loss am I talking about? And so I write down things like I'm sad that I don't have the feeling of vacation anymore. I don't have the feeling of presence, other people's presence and my presence, and because those are people I don't see in person very much. I feel like there is a loss of even me being able to share my presence with them, me being visible and talk more in depth with people. For example, things like that. And at the later stage of the journal, I kind of just naturally came to the transition of, if I feel like I've lost something, that means before that I have felt full. So what did I feel full of? What did I feel full about? And so I kept journaling, and a lot of it is just the flip side of what I lost. I felt full with presence. I felt full with interactions and activities together. There, I love the presence of people doing maybe reading, games, or even quiet activities like reading. Doing that together is just a being unique presence in itself of being together. And so I wrote about that, and kind of at the final shift I naturally wanted to do is that, going from I feel sad and that I have some loss to, before that loss I felt full, and then I wanted to end it with, I also feel full now, because the thing that made me feel full before is still with me. I'm not doing it right now, but there's those feelings that I can name and continue to enjoy that fullness that I have gained. So, whatever your situation is, now let's spend some time together. It is now more of a sunset hour. It's calm, it's kind of cool. The sky is a little gray and purple and pink. Sunset to me mostly often feels a little sad. And so let's just take in the loving presence of the natural cycle and begin by settling into your body, finding our breath and taking in a deep breath. And taking in another soothing breath. Now I'll say, if journaling is a tool for you that already has its place, you know what you use it for, then use it however you want. And if you don't do it regularly, or you want a direction, then you can do what I did, which is to use writing as an intentional way to process your inner dialogue. Because I could sit here and think about how I'm feeling and reason it, but it's a clearer and much more clearing process when you can write it out. It dumps some of your weight. Sometimes when you keep thinking, the ideas stay with you, but if you journal or just write, then it feels released and makes room in your mind. Now, feeling your entire body, your physical existence. Find places that might be tense or uncomfortable. I'm loosening my neck and my shoulders. I'm sitting upright with my spine straight. Maybe it's not the laziest position, but it can be very refreshing. It makes me feel alert and acknowledging of my body. Now, regarding the question of what is feeling pleasant in your feelings and your thoughts. Is there something you came back from? Something you miss? Something you enjoyed? Something you're proud of? What are those undertones of love or positive circumstances? You can name each thought, each feeling. We're here to witness and let them be named. And we're not engaging in the full story. What are the things you loved about this circumstance? And try to be honest as you can be about maybe some of the deeper things that are making you feel good. And then making a shift and addressing any feelings of sadness or loss in your situation. And again, name the things that are surfacing as to where they come from. And don't be afraid to simply name them one by one. It might seem surface level at first, or maybe jump right into the darker feelings. It's all fine. In my situation, I feel a lot of grumpiness simply about vacation ending, playtime, together time ending. And I wanted to censor myself because that felt so childish. I don't want to feel it, I don't want to think about it or acknowledge I have those feelings. But here in this practice, it's all about being honest about what you can name. Perhaps there's thoughts that keep appearing one after another. Acknowledge them and let them go. Perhaps something else gets your attention, such as physical sensations. Name and acknowledge them as well. If you find your mind wandering, you can turn your attention back to focusing on your breathing, such as sensing the sensations of air entering your nose and your chest lifting and contracting. Once again, if you feel like there are still unnamed feelings that are hoping to be seen, you can return to a more open awareness and step back, looking at your whole self, and be kind to yourself as to what needs to be seen. And so you can pause or play the video from the start if you want to keep practicing. But for now, let's take a deep breath in and slow breath out. And acknowledge your love for yourself and your kindness to yourself, to taking time to listen. Now open your eyes. I'm hoping to make this one a little bit shorter to show, because this might not be like I was saying earlier, this might not be as like pressing or heavy or strong as an emotion, but we can still spend a little bit of time um, facing and accepting our feelings that need to show, and that reinforces the feelings of kindness toward ourselves. And it's that repetition, that kind of habit, that kind of kind of thinking or response pattern. That is what we need. It's not always about long lengthy sessions. And if you also can grab just a few minutes to try journaling as a way to really let those words out. I have tons of words and thoughts in my brain, and so a brain dump like that can really help, starting with naming the sadness and then naming what made you full, or what was the loving elements in your situation. And we have a breeze just picking up. It's a lovely way to end this short session and say good night and goodbye to you, and hope you feel joy in taking care of yourself, and I'll see you in another video.